Muchas gracias. Pues la verdad que me siento muy agradecido por lo que comentas, ¿no? Por tener la oportunidad de vivir un momento único a nivel histórico, por poder participar en un evento de este tipo, ver a las jugadoras con la capacidad de jugar delante de 40.000 personas. Te dice mucho, ¿no?, del crecimiento del fútbol femenino en general, a nivel mundial, pero sobre todo en este país. Creo que aquí se está haciendo un trabajo enorme, una inversión muy grande y muy bonita. Y bueno, agradecido, cansado también después del partido siempre, porque siempre hay muchas emociones, pero la verdad que con mucha gratitud de poder formar parte de algo así.
Muchas gracias.
A ti.
Hi, Adrián. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I believe this was Trinity Rodman's first full 90 back since she returned from injury. So I was just wondering if you could sort of talk through that decision.
Yeah, she hasn't played 90, but yeah. The first time that after the injury that she started, and really good feeling, especially today it's been the first day that she got, I think, good amount of minutes. And again, we are having a good communication with her every day. We don't want to have just a certain type of minutes, like, okay, today you are going to play this, because every game is different. And, you know, as a human being, we need to see how she feels every day, but really positive, just to see her starting again and also be able to play, I think, 70-something or 80 minutes. That's great for her, great for the country, and also great for the fans.
Coach, how was the crowd and the atmosphere today, and how did it compare to what your expectations were?
It was amazing. Honestly, when we are playing, I don't hear anything because I'm just so focused on the game plan with the players. So I just hear some noise, but the atmosphere was fantastic. All, you know, the setup and fans, and also, I don't know, again, having the opportunity to have an experience like this, I think is just something unique for the players, for the staff, for the soccer community, for the fans, and yeah, so grateful to be part of this.
How did it feel different from a normal game?
What is a normal game?
Just a normal NWSL game in a normal stadium?
Well, to be honest, we are kind of used to have noise at Audi Field. Not 40,000, but around 20,000. So we like playing with this type of environments. Players are used to, so it's unbelievable, to be honest.
Hi, Coach. Oh. Hello? Yep. Oh, sorry about that. Hi, Sarah Asha, All for 11. I'm curious, two things. First, playing in such a monumental stadium like this, what does it mean for the league itself at large? And then also I'm curious, two very different stadiums that you just played in, coming from El Salvador.
Yeah.
What has been the difference between the two?
That's a good one. Well, we are, just a type of team that we like adapting to any type of scenarios, circumstances, adversities, opponents, stadiums. So it's really cool, to be honest, because you can see, how humble they are in South America, maybe with not too many resources, but they were amazing how they treated us. So everything was great also. And also for the players, I think it's important to value, what we have and what they have. So coming, from this type of games where you play in turf, when probably there's no many OE fans, with less resources, and then you come here, 40,000 people with this amount of, resources and a show, and it's like, wow. So I always say to the players that we need to value what we are achieving every day. We are making history together. They deserve. So this is not a coincidence. I think it's because they deserve to be here. And for the league, for the women's soccer, I think this is unbelievable. But I take that as something I was saying, like, I'm very grateful, and also players are very grateful, like, look what you are achieving. And take that as a huge opportunity to keep growing, and also value that because maybe, 10, 15 years ago, it didn't happen like this, and now it's happening. So that's something really powerful.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, Margaret Kolovich, Barry Sports Rep. you guys got to jump out to that early lead, but then they get 2 quick ones, one before half, one to start the second half. How was it you're able to keep your team from kind of panicking and not conceding that tying goal, that equalizer for them?
Well, unfortunately, we are used to this type of games, and it seems like we cannot have just a normal game. We were 3-0, and you need to be always aware, because in this league we are seeing that every week. The amount of goals that the team score, maybe in the last minutes, at the end of the second half, first half. So we know how to deal with this type of situations emotionally. We are more than prepared. Also, we have some behaviors when that happens, when we concede a goal, last minutes, how to manage those situations. And again, try to be doing what we were doing, because I think the first half was pretty good in and out of possession, and obviously you concede a goal, that can happen. So it was like, okay, just keep insisting, because I think we were doing really good things, and try to focus on us instead of the environment, the noise, or the opponent. And then with some changes, I feel like right now we are having a lot of players available, and that helps. When you need to sub players, the players who are coming from the bench, they are giving us a lot, and we could maintain and keep the result.
Hi, Coach. Considering that the pitch was, laid on top of a baseball field, did your players tell you how it felt? Was it adequate?
I haven't talked to them, but at least it looked pretty good. So, no issues.
Any else in the room before we go to Zoom? Take one more.
Yeah, Coach, I'm just curious, with this being in, baseball stadium, how much, do you know about baseball? How much have you been exposed to baseball before you did this?
Yeah, I'm not American, so it's not a big thing in Spain, but I like sports. I love sports. I know the Giants, obviously. And again, it's a pleasure. It's an amazing opportunity. I know this is a unique place, also very, there's a lot of history behind, and being part of that, again, even though I'm not American, I'm starting feeling a little bit American too, and I feel grateful to be part of this great atmosphere. I want to say thank you to all the people who have made this possible, because I know it's not easy, and Bay, obviously, and all the fans that came, obviously also the San Francisco Giants, so everyone involved, the league. I think it's something huge that we can have this type of environments in the league, and it's a privilege, to be honest.
Would you be interested in playing a game at like Nationals Park, something like that?
Why not?
Okay, we'll go to Zoom. Andre, you could unmute. Andre? Andre, can you hear us?
I can hear you now.
There you go.
All right. Thanks for speaking with us, Adrián. Wanted to talk to you a bit about formations. I know you don't love to talk about them, but we're learning your style and what you want to do with the team. Started off with a back four, in the second half looked like you went to a back three and then a back five to close the game out. Was it situational, or was it just player availability and what you wanted to see from that collection of players on the pitch?
Yeah. Well, back four, but we were building up with three. So you want to call it four, I call it with three. We wanted to have a shape in attack, especially building up with three plus two players in base, Hal and Rebe today, because we wanted to be protected with these 3+2, also trying to avoid counterattacks. We know how dangerous they are. And two players wide with Gabi and Trin on the left, and then two pockets with Croix and Lacey and Sophia on top. And defending, we were defending with four. Then second half, we always have a plan B or even a plan C, and according to what is happening during the game, so we adjust that a little bit. We knew that Kate couldn't play more than 60 because she's coming from an injury, so it was kind of prepared, but also, I wanted to be more aggressive, especially jumping outside, because Malonson and Didasco, they were, receiving. So we wanted to be more aggressive, jumping outside with the wingbacks, trying to have 3 players inside to protect a little bit more the middle, and having two forwards pressing the center backs to try to avoid long balls. So that was the reason. So according to the game, what is happening, we just adjusted.
Appreciate that, and thank you. Wanted to also ask, I know you said that the games you've kind of been in have been a little bit chaotic. There's a lot going on. But I feel in the past, the Spirit wouldn't maybe have put 3 goals on the board when you had that type of domination. So as you look to build, I know giving up 2 goals from that scenario isn't great, but at least in this instance, you were able to get the goals to show that through that dominant period. How important is that to be able to build on putting a complete performance together soon?
Yeah, it's great. We are coming from El Salvador. We scored 7 and today 3, so 10 goals in 2 games. That's something huge. So we are feeling really comfortable on the ball. We are starting to create those connections, and players are, understanding the spaces that we want to occupy. We are scoring goals, and I think that's something important. Today, for example, Croix could score, something that she was trying. We are having every game, the first or 2 chances in the first 10, 15 minutes, and we couldn't. But today, I think we could score first, and then scoring 3 goals in this league is not easy. And scoring that in the first half, I think it's something also very difficult. So it depends on how you want to look the situation. I'm positive, so I want to see that we are scoring a lot of goals, and obviously we need to improve in trying to avoid the goals that we've conceded today. But I think we've done a great game, last 2 games, so really positive week to us. It's been a tough week, long week with a lot of troubles, a lot of games, minutes, a lot of fatigue, and it wasn't easy. So winning these 2 games, I think it's just a step forward for us.
Appreciate that. Congrats on the win.
Okay, we'll wrap up with Ella. You could unmute.
Hey, Adrián, thanks for chatting with us. You mentioned it yourself that this team has been in situations before where it's scored and built a lead and then conceded. And in some previous games this season, we've seen that either end in draws or sometimes a loss. What was different about the second half specifically today, and how this team was able to hold on to that lead and finish this game with 3 points?
Well, it's something I don't think it's just this game. So if you watched yesterday, North Carolina and Chicago, so I don't know, in 10 minutes, how many goals they score. So this is the NWSL. So every game is so open. So you need to be aware, even though you are winning or even though you are losing, because that happens. So you need to be very focused, 90 minutes, knowing that, sometimes the games are a little bit broken sometimes, and you need to be conscious about that. Obviously, BFC is a great team, so they are dangerous too, and they are going to try to score goals. They create chances today with free kicks, with corners, with counterattacks. So also we need to give them some credit. It's not just about, we are conceding, because also they are creating. So every team is dangerous. Every team also can create chances and can score goals. So again, second half, maybe we had some chances to score the 4th one, and could have been maybe different. We couldn't, and with 3-2, you need to suffer a little bit. But today, we knew that it wouldn't be easy. Also with this environment, they wanted to win, obviously, and I think also we need to know how to defend those situations and try to get a result like that. So it's really important.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
For the goal, I think we spent a lot of time working on set pieces on the training ground yesterday. So really nice to see, obviously, one of those come off and result in a goal. I think we've been kind of given a little bit of freedom to work on us playing short and trying to find spaces that are available. And, sometimes you just whip a ball in there and good things happen. So I think that's kind of what we were seeing, and happy that it worked out for us. In terms of the atmosphere, obviously always a unique experience when you get to be part of something that's record-breaking. And I think that for me personally kind of really felt just the energy of the crowd and just the energy of the moment that we were doing something really special, something that's never been done before. And I think for us, especially in the first half, we're kind of riding that high, and then also knowing that we're not at home. And so thinking in the second half, obviously they had a little bit more momentum and the crowd behind them, but really proud of our group and kind of the way that we were able to stay steady even though we were under it a little bit, and grind out 3 points.
Well said. Yeah, for the goal, I feel like we emphasize on pressing and set pieces and a lot of details, and from the front to back, I think we did very well. Pressing, and Hal was in such great spots to pick that ball up and just sitting in the pocket, getting it and facing up. And from my point of view, what I saw was Trin running, and I feel like people are starting to notice that I kind of pass first. So I'm like, okay, you're going to give me the space. I'm just going to take it one-on-one, and found the back of the net finally. But to answer your second question, I mean, an environment like this is just amazing. Like Kate said, this is history, so to be a part of it, one, is an honor, but this is our job. We do have a game to play and wanted to focus on winning. And yeah, just for me, I love environments like this when there's a lot of people. It's very hype. We're entertainers also, so just wanted to put on a show.
Questions in the room? Yes, you can.
This one is for Croix. As the Spirit is able to play more players who are coming back from injury, what has that sort of been like, especially with the attack? Because there have been a lot of people waiting in the wings, a lot of people still who are building back minutes. But as you know, we're now in the second half of the season, it does seem like things are beginning to gel as you have more time together.
Yeah, just emphasizing on the gel, wanting to mesh. I feel like this team is very deep and very versatile, so to have people coming off injury that can get back in the groove, and then people that are necessarily coming off the bench, I feel like sky's the limit for us, and not just focusing on the first 11 that are out there, but when the next people come in, that energy and that level will be lifted. As you can see, Rumi came in and did a great job. So yeah, just keep pushing forward for those that come back, but also those that come on and change the game.
Yeah, Sarah Ash, all for 11. You're talking about, you're entertainers, but also you have to balance that with wanting it to kind of feel like a normal game inside. I'm curious, once you got onto the field, can you talk us through how it felt for you from the start, maybe before the whistle kicked off, and then throughout the game, if there were any heightened emotions, and just how it felt to be in that environment, if it's what you expected to?
Yeah, I mean, if you come to a game at Audi, it's very rowdy, so it was nothing new to us, but just a lot more people, different stadium, different environment, and like Kate mentioned, it's an away game. So for me, I love this kind of stuff. I don't really feel pressure. So just feeding into the environment, the Bay Area, the people that you had performing, I enjoy it. I was dancing, but trying to stay focused as well.
Brian G., Santa Cruz Voice. So when you're in an environment like this, knowing like last year Chicago, with this Bay FC squad, set an NWSL record, and this year it's an NWSL record, do you kind of look at each other and go, if we did this at Nationals Park, we could put 50 in there? You kind of thinking like that now?
I'm going to say that's for our front office to decide. No, obviously, yeah, I think thanks to the Bay FC staff and the staff here at Oracle Park for putting on, quite a show as what it was branded as, and super fun to just be a part of that. But Audi is a pretty incredible place to play as well, so we'll see.
Paula Baruri, San Francisco, California, 10 a.m. First, welcome to the Bay Area. Congratulations for your performance. What was key to manage the emotions in playing in front of more than 40,000 people? How do you guys get together? Thank you, and I have a follow-up. Thank you.
I think we knew coming into it, obviously, to expect a big crowd. It was going to be loud, difficult to communicate with each other on the field. And so I think we just kind of had a plan for how we wanted to do that coming into the game. But really, it's kind of like little things. Like we talk a lot about just making eye contact with teammates on the field, and I think that just that little acknowledgement, a thumbs up, applauding somebody after a tackle, those little moments of connection with teammates in between big moments, I think really keep us grounded and help keep the emotions in check and managed, even when the atmosphere gets loud and can be overwhelming.
Besides the victory, if you want to choose one moment at this, what are you taking away? If you want to choose like the fans and be part of this growth of culture in the United States of soccer, especially when the World Cup's around the corner. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'd say just being a part of the growth of the NWSL. I mean, this is history playing at baseball fields. Maybe next we can play at NFL stadiums. But just continuing to grow the league. Little girls, even little boys, they're looking up to us, and it's on the rise. Like, I feel like this is just the beginning. So to be a part of it is amazing, but continuing to help it grow for the future, where will we be? Where will we be?
Question for both of you. You guys sort of touched on what it was like, but I'm curious out on the field, could you feel the difference in the atmosphere? Like, what felt different, and, what were you guys sort of picking up out there?
I think for me, just like the noise level is obviously going to be different in front of that many people. And so I think that was kind of the most difficult thing to manage, especially as someone who's naturally a little bit more soft-spoken. But honestly, I think kind of Croix touched on it earlier, like leaning into the like joy of the moment and kind of being able to celebrate what we were a part of while we were in it on the field. And I think kind of, leaning into just knowing that we were doing something special and kind of using that energy to propel us during the game.
That was well said. I'm sorry, I don't have anything to add.
I was curious, could you guys, there was some music like during the game. Did you guys pick up on that? How did that play into everything?
I was jamming. I'm looking over at the performances when we came back. Too Short was out there, and I was dancing. I'm like to my teammates, "That's Too Short. Like, do y'all know who? That's Too Short." And they're like, "I don't know," but I'm like, "All right." But I think it's fun, like to add songs throughout the game. It might throw us off our game, but at the end of the day, we have a job to focus. But like she said, the joyful parts of soccer. So.
Did it make it harder to communicate with, sound playing like that while you guys were out there on the pitch?
It does, but like Kate mentioned, like we focus on eye contact, high fives, like body language. Not everything has to be vocal communication, and the more we play and get to know each other, the easier the body language is.
Take one more in the room.
Hello, ladies. Mark College, Barry Sports Rep. I asked your coach the question about how they turned the momentum at the end of the first half, and then got the early goal in the second half. So, what was the moment that you mentioned? There's some moments between big moments, connections between the players where you guys weren't able to maybe panic and then let them and concede that equalizing goal. So, was there a moment somewhere after that second goal where you guys were just maybe looking at each other saying, "We're not going to concede this third goal for them"?
I think immediately after they scored the second goal, obviously that's not the way that you want to start coming out of halftime. But I think kind of collectively we were just looking around at each other, and there wasn't a panic or really concern. It was just, no, we feel confident in our ability to defend well and our ability to go and score another goal if we can. And so I think that kind of moment after the second goal went in could have easily been a panic moment. And we just carried ourselves, I think, with a lot of composure after that. And I think that helped us kind of stay strong under pressure in the second half.
Yeah, just to add on, I feel like we all trust each other. Of course, you don't think that, oh, they scored one, they're going to score another. No, we don't want them to score at all. And if we can't get a goal, then the job is to not allow them to score. But I think we kept our energy positive. I don't think anyone put their head down or thought that, oh, we're going to lose or tie this game. I feel like the energy was up. So, yeah.
Okay, we'll go to Zoom now. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Andre, you could go ahead and unmute.
Thank you. Thanks for speaking with us, and congrats on your goals. Croix, I want to pick up, you talked about being an entertainer, and in the pregame, I asked Tara if there's a little bit of that extra, little bit of added motivation to maybe be a villain and spoil this big party. She gave me a basic answer, but you as an entertainer, I want to know, was that something that was kind of on your mind? Did you want to go into this game with the kind of a little bit of an additional mindset to like really make sure you go out there and put on a performance and put on a show for people who were maybe there to see Bay?
Of course. I mean, when we come play any team away, we want to win. We're coming to your house, but in reality, this is our house, and we're here to take over respectfully. So especially doing that at this stadium with history, I mean, we also made history not just playing here, but winning here.
Thank you. And I did want to ask about the game and growing under Adrián. I got to talk to him about, getting the goals when you had a lot of control of the game, whereas maybe in previous games that probably would have been 1-1 going into halftime. How important was it to be able to capitalize on those moments and get those 3 goals, even though you ended up needing them? But it was important after a long week. I think he said it was 10 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it always helps to put balls in the back of the net. But I think that's kind of been a theme for us a little bit to start this kind of second half of the season, is just kind of leaving some things on the table in the first half. And so obviously today to put away our chances was huge. And obviously we ended up needing them, but just a huge confidence builder and momentum builder for us as well.
Ella, you could unmute.
Hey guys, thanks for speaking with us. Croix, you mentioned that you had been wanting this goal for a while, and I think it's almost been a year, or maybe a little longer than a year since you last scored, so you clearly wanted this for a long time. How have you been focusing on finishing and like that final clinical touch in the past few weeks, and how did that kind of all the pieces come together today?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I've honestly been trying not to focus on scoring, because the more you overthink it, the worse it becomes. So just trying to let the game come to me and find it in that way and not forcing it. And this one just kind of fell into my feet. So